Evening everyone, welcome to your own channel. We call it as exaMnorM, and I welcome you all in the next session, which is the finance current affairs revision for the month of May. So it's the part 2. Part 1 has been already conducted yesterday, where we have discussed more than 20 questions, and in total we have around 40-45 questions which we will be discussing in today's session. So before I start with the discussion, may I have a reply in the comment section that I'm audible, visible, everything is fine, we are good to go, so that we can begin the discussion without any further delay. Please reply in the comment section that I'm audible, visible, everything is fine, so that we can begin the discussion without any further delay. Give me a thumbs up so that we can start. Done? Audible? Okay. So I am pretty sure that you must have revised the May month's current affairs, and I'm pretty sure that you might have gone through with all the content related to finance current affairs for the month of May, and I'm expecting that you will be in a position to answer the questions for sure. So in the previous session, we have discussed almost 20 questions. We have discussed almost 20 questions, and today we will be moving ahead. वैसे मैंने कल की क्लास में जो मेजर क्वेश्चंस थे वो सारे के सारे क्वेश्चंस आपके साथ डिस्कस किए थे, and today I will be moving ahead. I guess we have to start from here. ATM was the last topic with respect to which we have discussed a question, and now we will be moving ahead. Done? Chalo. Here we go. Here we go with the next question. Just give me a second. Chalo. Question is, SEBI approved appointment of Saurabh Shukla and Gopalan S. Raghavan as the executive director of BSE. Second is CDSL received approval appointment of Amit Mahajan and N. Ovelkar as the executive directors. तो ये कुछ न्यूज है रिलेटेड टू सेबी. 2-3 न्यूज थी जिनको मैंने कंबाइन करके एक सिंगल क्वेश्चन के फॉर्मेट में आपके सामने प्रेजेंट किए. सो आई विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट ऑल ऑफ देम वन बाय वन. So SEBI has recently approved the appointment of 2 executive directors at BSE, basically to strengthen the governance and leadership, and these 2 names are Saurabh Shukla as well as Gopalan S. Raghavan. That is correct. Second news is CDSL has received SEBI approval for the executive director position. So SEBI has approved the appointment of 2 executive directors at Central Depository Services Limited, where we have one name is Amit Mahajan, that is correct, and N. Ovelkar, that is also correct. ठीक है जी. Third news जो हमारे पास है, that is SEBI explored the blockchain based tokenization of corporate bonds. So SEBI is considering to come up with a pilot project in order to tokenize the corporate bonds, and this tokenization of corporate bonds will be done on the same platform, that is the blockchain technology. Objective is very simple: modernize India's debt market, as well as increase the market depth as well as participation, and improve the efficiency and transparency. So on that particular basis, this initiative has been announced by SEBI. So keeping that in mind, SEBI has proposed pilot project for tokenization of corporate bonds. That is correct. Next news is SEBI's Secondary Market Advisory Committee. Remember that SEBI's Secondary Market Advisory Committee has approved a proposal to reduce the maintenance margin requirement for certain margin trading facility. तो अगर मैं करंट बात करूं तो करंट में we have VAR plus 5 times ELM, but now it has been proposed that it should be reduced to VAR plus 3 times ELM. Now the question is, so what is the difference? पहले VAR क्या है? Sir, it stands for value at risk. That is the minimum margin collected to cover likely losses from the daily price fluctuation. ELM basically means the extreme loss margin, which means additional margin collected to protect against abnormal market movements. तो इसके हिसाब से अगर हम देखें तो वैल्यू एट रिस्क इज द बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट एंड ELM इज द एक्सट्रीम रिक्वायरमेंट. तो पहले उसका 5 टाइम्स प्लस VAR वाज द रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर मार्जिन ट्रेडिंग फैसिलिटी, बट नाउ इट हैज बीन रिड्यूस्ड फ्रॉम 5 times ELM to 3 times ELM. VAR is still the same. Next point is Supreme Court upholds 28% on online gaming. So Supreme Court has upheld the charge of 28% of GST on full face value of bets which are placed on the online gaming platforms. So the online gaming involving monetary stakes qualify as a betting and gambling part, and GST will apply on the full value of the bets, not merely the gross gaming margin. That is not correct. So it will be applied on full value of the bet. Stake-based gaming creates actionable claims as well as institutes and constitutes, I would say, taxable supply. So in that particular case, this has been done, and estimated industry-wide tax liability is around 2.5 lakh crores. And if I talk about the games craft tax notice which was sent, it was of around 21,000 crore rupees. So this is not 18%, so rather it is 28%. So this is wrong. So answer to this particular question would be C option. 1, 2, 3, 4 are the correct answers. ठीक है जी, क्लियर हो गया पॉइंट, समझ आ गया. तो मैंने एक ही क्वेश्चन में 3-4 न्यूज एक साथ आपको कवर करके दी है. आई होप यू मस्ट हैव एंजॉयड इट. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. विच अथॉरिटी is proposed to attend committee of creditors meeting for stalled real estate projects without voting rights. तो I hope आपको याद होगा that government of India has taken up many steps in order to fund, in order to support the stalled real estate project. Real estate project stalled का मतलब क्या हुआ? रुके हुए. For example, you might be, if you're staying in NCR, if you're staying in Gurugram, if you're staying in Noida, you might have seen many of the projects, they are on hold. ना तो उनको कंस्ट्रक्ट किया जा रहा है, ना ही कंप्लीट किया जा रहा है, और ना ही उसे क्लोज डाउन किया जा रहा है. और रोज न्यूज में आता है कि सर हमें पोजेशन नहीं दिया, ये कर दिया, वो कर दिया. तो उन्हीं प्रोजेक्ट्स को सपोर्ट करने के लिए दिस इनिशिएटिव हैज बीन टेकन. सो रियल एस्टेट रेगुलेटर may join the insolvency resolution plan. Real estate regulator may join the insolvency resolution panel. So the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India is considering to allow the representatives of Real Estate Regulatory Authority to attend the committee of the creditors meeting. RERA representatives will have advisory as well as observational roles only, but they won't get any voting right. So real estate, it accounts for around 22% of the all admitted corporate insolvency resolution process cases, and that is the reason this initiative has been taken. So proposal has been considered by Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. That is correct. Next is representative will have voting rights in the COC meetings. Which authority is proposed to attend? So in that particular case, RERA is the authority which is involved. Their role will be advisory and observational. Real estate accounts for around 22% of the total admitted CIRP, that is corporate insolvency resolution process. तो उसके हिसाब से अगर हम देखें तो 1, 3, 4, 5 तो करेक्ट है. लेकिन व्हाट अबाउट द सेकंड? सर क्या आपको voting right दी जाएगी? If you are representing RERA, in that particular case you won't get the voting rights. RERA representatives will not have the voting rights. This is something which you need to remember. ठीक है जी, क्लियर हो गया पॉइंट, समझ आ गया. तो इसके हिसाब से अगर हम चले तो आंसर क्या बनेगा सर? बी ऑप्शन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखो. कंसिडर द स्टेटमेंट रिगार्डिंग द पॉलीमर बैंक नोट्स. याद है आपको, इसके बारे में हमने अभी रिसेंट हमारी एक क्लास में ही बात की थी. RBI is set to introduce the polymer banknotes. So RBI is planning to come up with plastic banknotes with longer life, lower maintenance cost, as well as reduced disposal of damaged notes. And recently it was also announced कि जो total currency in circulation है, it has increased by 11.5% on year basis and its value has increased to 42 lakh crore rupees. है ना. और प्रिंटिंग कॉस्ट जो थी वो 5100 करोड़ से बढ़कर 6300 करोड़ के आसपास हो गई थी. एंड इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द सॉइल नोट्स व्हिच वर डिस्पोज्ड ऑफ इन द लास्ट फाइनेंशियल ईयर वर अराउंड 23.8 बिलियन नोट्स. ऑलरेडी 60 कंट्रीज वर्ल्ड में दे आर यूजिंग द प्लास्टिक नोट्स एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया वाज द फर्स्ट वन इन 1988. इसके बेसिस पे स्टेटमेंट्स को पढ़ते हैं. आरबीआई प्लान्स टू कम अप with the polymer currency notes, that is correct. Currency in circulation increased, that is correct. Australia was the first country, correct. India successfully adopted polymer nationwide notes in 2012. नहीं सर, सिर्फ तब 10 रुपए का नोट इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, that too in 5 cities, जयपुर, भुवनेश्वर, शिमला, कोची. एक और सिटी कौन सी थी? भुवनेश्वर, शिमला, जयपुर, कोची. एक और सिटी कौन सी है बताओ जरा. बताया था मैंने आपको लास्ट क्लास में, मैंने आपको बताया था शिमला. एक सिटी बची, उसका आंसर दो मुझे. अराउंड 60 कंट्रीज दे आर करंटली यूजिंग पॉलीमर करेंसी. दिस इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट. तो आंसर क्या बनेगा सर? 1, 2, 3 एंड 5 आर द करेक्ट आंसर. मैसूर और मैसूरू इज द करेक्ट आंसर. चलो जी, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. अगला क्वेश्चन देखो. अगला क्वेश्चन देखो क्या कहता है. So the next question is related to fintech, and I hope you remember the news related to the safe harbor provisions for fintech. So on that particular basis, the question says, safe harbor provisions proposed by fintech industry basically aims to protect compliant fintech firms from retrospective penalties, that is the penalty which is charged on them because of their customers or their related parties or concerned parties. This is correct. Be implemented through RBI regulations. Sir, will these be implemented by RBI? Yes sir, they will be implemented by RBI. Remove all KYC obligation. No sir, KYC obligation will be still there. Protect firms from misconduct committed by clients if due diligence was followed. This is correct. Proposal is being led by PCI. This is also correct. That is Payment Council of India. So keeping that in mind, A option 1, 2, 4, 5 are the correct answers. बहुत बढ़िया. अगले क्वेश्चन की ओर बढ़े. Let's move on to the next question. What does the next question says? So the next question is related to seafood exports in financial year 2025-26. So India was in news with respect to its seafood exports. So seafood exports in India has reached to $8.28 billion. Absolutely correct. India has a fast growing seafood market. And if I talk about the fastest growing market for India in terms of destination is Vietnam. Exports have increased to Vietnam by 69.5%. This is correct. EU imports have grown to 41%. Correct. China imports have grown to $1.6 billion, which is 26.2%. Correct. Russia imports have grown to $149 million, which is 24%. ठीक है. यूएस एक्सपोर्ट्स की अगर हम बात करें, एक्सपोर्ट्स टू यूएस दे हैव डिक्लाइंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस tariff and weaker demand. So because of tariff and weaker demand, it has decreased. So only 1, 2, 3, 4 are correct. But the fifth statement that is related to seafood is wrong. Got it? Moving on to the next. अगला question important है. That is related to your unclaimed deposits. और उन unclaimed deposits से related एक latest initiative लिया गया, we will be talking about. So consider the following statement. DFS launched the unified portal. What is this DFS? That is Department of Financial Services. It is a uniform portal for unclaimed bank deposit, insurance claims, shares, dividends, mutual funds and whatnot. RBI has stated that the total unclaimed deposits with the bank is around 67,000 crore. This is correct. It helps to track unclaimed shares and mutual funds only होता तो मैं कहता गलत है. अगर इतना है तो अभी के लिए I'll consider it correct. Public sector bank accounts for the majority of the unclaimed deposit. That is correct. And that is out of 67,000 crore, around 58,000 crore alone is with the public sector banks. The portal is managed exclusively by RBI. Is this point correct? Who will be managing this particular portal? Who will be managing this particular portal? So this portal is launched by DFS. It will be managed by DFS only. It will not be managed by RBI independently. So this is wrong. So keeping that in mind, answer क्या बनना चाहिए? Sir, answer बनना चाहिए 1, 2, 3, 4. That means C statement is correct. C is the correct answer. ठीक है जी, क्लियर हो गया? चलो अगला क्वेश्चन. The next question is related to process ICRIER report 2026. If I talk about this particular report, so this report is basically related to AI strength of India, AI capacity of India, AI usage of India. So on that particular basis, which all points are correct? India ranked 5th among the world's most digitized economies. That is correct. India is the 5th economy in terms of digitized economies. India ranked 4th in CHIPS AI Capability Index. Yes, India is on the 4th rank. India has the world's 2nd largest AI talent pool after US. India accounts for around 26% of global AI users. That is correct. Limited compute infrastructure remains a challenge in India. ये बिल्कुल सही है सर. इंडिया में अभी भी जो चैलेंज है दैट इज बेसिकली रिलेटेड टू इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, दैट इज बेसिकली रिलेटेड टू अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ रिसोर्सेज. सो कीपिंग दैट इन माइंड, ए ऑप्शन इज करेक्ट. Is it done? Is it done? Is it clear? Shall I move ahead? Chalo. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is related to Financial Stability and Development Council and its subcommittee. I hope you might have heard about this particular news. तो इस पर्टिकुलर न्यूज के बारे में अगर आपने पढ़ा होगा तो वो न्यूज ये थी कि 33rd मीटिंग ऑफ द फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी एंड डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल सब कमेटी वाज हेल्ड at RBI's head office, that is in Mumbai, which was chaired by Sanjay Malhotra ji, and the committee reviewed the global and domestic economic development, emerging risks to financial stability, progress on KYC simplifications, regulatory impact assessment. These were the areas which were basically discussed. But if I talk about the static part, the static part says FSDC was established on 30th of December 2010. Is it a statutory body? No, sir, it is not a statutory body. It includes RBI Governor, Finance Secretary, Secretary of Department of Financial Services, Chief Economic Advisor, as well as the heads of other regulatory bodies like SEBI, PFRDA, IRDAI, and whatnot. If I talk about FSDC subcommittee, sir, its chairman is RBI Governor, and all the 4 deputy governors as well as heads of SEBI, IRDAI, PFRD, IFSCA, as well as Chief Economic Advisor are the members, along with senior ministry or senior officials of Ministry of Finance. ठीक है जी. अब इसके बेसिस पे क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. FSDC was established. Correct. It is a statutory body. No. It is chaired by Union Finance Minister. Correct. Subcommittee is chaired by Governor. Correct. Reviewed KYC simplification and regularity impact assessment during the 33rd meeting. This is correct. So A option is absolutely the correct answer. जिसमें KYC related simplification as well as regulatory impact assessment was done. So keeping that in mind, A option is the correct answer. ठीक है जी, क्लियर है, इजी है, आसान है, समझ आ गया. चलो अगले क्वेश्चन पे बढ़ते हैं. अगला क्वेश्चन क्या कहता है? कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट रिगार्डिंग आरबीआई स्टेटमेंट ऑफ पोजीशन ऑफ शेड्यूल्ड कमर्शियल बैंक्स ऑन 30th of April 2026. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. जो डेटा मैं आपको बताऊंगा बस वही डेटा आपको याद रखना है. इसके अलावा कोई और डेटा आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. सो डोंट गो विद इट. सो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट डिपॉजिट्स, so deposits with the scheduled commercial banks exceeded 258 lakh crore rupees. That is correct. Credit has crossed 212 lakh crore rupees. This is correct. Then we have this data is of 120 scheduled commercial banks, 25 scheduled state cooperative banks, as well as 51 scheduled primary और scheduled urban cooperative banks. ठीक है. अब इसमें credit deposit ratio is around 82%. This is correct. Bank investment amounted to about 69.27 lakh crores. This is correct. Borrowing from RBI increased significantly by the end? So I would say no, sir. It has not increased, rather it has decreased significantly by the end of April, and its value was 32,000 crore rupees. Next is food credit outstanding has crossed 1 lakh crore. This is correct. It is exactly 1.04 lakh crore rupees. So in that particular case, answer would be 1, 2, 3 and 5, which means B statement is the correct answer. अरे बोलो समझ आया? अरे बोलो समझ आया? Is it clear? Is it clear? Give me the answer. चलो, let's move on to the next question. अगला question है related to the Government of India's switch auction of government securities announced in May 2026. I hope you remember switch auction. Switch auction का मतलब है कि अगर आपके पास एक government security है which is going to mature in near future, government is allowing you कि आप अपनी इस government security को you can switch it with the long term government security, और अगर आप interested है then you can become the part of auction, or you can be the part of I would say you can be the part of auction, you can be the part of bidding, you can be the part of bidding. ठीक है जी, क्लियर है यहाँ तक पॉइंट? अगर यहाँ तक पॉइंट क्लियर है तो इसके हिसाब से अगर हम चलें तो कौन कौन सी स्टेटमेंट्स हैं विच आर करेक्ट. सो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट्स आउट ऑफ द गिवन वन. So first of all, switch auction is an auction allows investors to exchange their securities where the source and destination are explained. For example, source security is जो आप वापस करने आए हो, और destination security is जो आप खरीदने आए हो. Purpose क्या है? So reduce near-term redemption obligation on the government and it will extend debt maturity profile for the government. अब इसके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से हमारे पास जो इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स हैं वो ये है कि सर मिनिमम बिड साइज वुड बी ऑफ 10,000 एंड देयर आफ्टर इन मल्टीपल्स ऑफ 10,000. FBIL, that is Financial Benchmark India Private Limited, will be responsible in terms of source security price must exactly match the previous day FBIL closing price, and it will ensure transparency as well as fairness. 30,000 crore value is correct. So notified 30,000 crore correct. Source securities, they are mainly maturing in 2027 and 2030. That is correct. One of the destination security is as long as for 34 years. This is also correct कि भैया 2060 के लिए भी security available है. Then the switch ratio is calculated as the price of destination security divided by the price of source security. This is wrong. It is source security divided by the destination security. की मतलब अगर मान लो ये रेशियो आती है 2, that means against source security you will be getting 2 destination securities. If it will come half, that means against 2 source security you will be getting 1 destination security. That is a point. Auction follows a multiple price auction method. Yes, that is allowed. Multiple price auction method is allowed. That is absolutely correct. तो उसके हिसाब से first, second, third and fifth options are correct, but the fourth is wrong because it is price of source security divided by price of destination security. ठीक है जी. अब इसके हिसाब से अगर मैं आंसर दूं तो आंसर क्या बनेगा? बी ऑप्शन इज द करेक्ट आंसर. Bid will happen on eKuber platform. This is also correct. Absolutely correct. Moving on to the next question. अगला क्वेश्चन देखते हैं क्या कहता है. The next question says, consider the following statement regarding viability plan 2.0 for reserve for regional rural banks. ये मैं बता चुका हूं, एक बार रिवीजन के लिए दोबारा लाया हूं ये क्वेश्चन. So viability plan 2.0 is applicable from 2025-26 to 2027-28. This is correct. The framework will evaluate RRBs on 30 parameters. This is correct. It has 4 pillars, out of which 1 pillar is asset quality. Correct. CRAR and credit deposit ratio are among the key performance metrics. Correct. The plan applies to all the scheduled commercial banks. No sir, it applies only and only to 28 RRBs. So fifth statement is wrong. Rest all the statements are correct. So answer to this particular question would be B statement. हाँ जी, समझ आया? डन है जी। चलो अगले क्वेश्चन की ओर बढ़े। अगला क्वेश्चन इंटरेस्टिंग है, इंपॉर्टेंट है। Let's talk about the next question. So the next question is related to RBI and ECB. RBI and ECB. So recently, if you have gone through with the news, recently RBI and European Central Bank, they have signed MOU on corporation and central banking. The MOU was signed by Sanjay Malhotra, the governor of RBI, and Christine Lagarde, who is the president of European Central Bank. Purpose of this MOU is regular exchange of information, policy dialogue, technical cooperation, joint seminars, joint workshops, discussion on central banking issues and whatnot. The MOU updates and it refreshes the 2015 MOU which was signed between the two. Why this MOU is important? Because it has improved policy coordination, it facilitates exchange of best practices, it strengthens central banking capabilities, as well as it enhances the international financial corporation. So in that, on that grounds, this is important. So it is signed between the two, correct? Signing took place on the sidelines of Bank for International Settlements. That means the signing was done in Basel. Is it correct? Is this correct? This is absolutely correct. MOU creates a framework for information sharing, policy dialogue, correct? The agreement replaces 2015 MOU. That is correct. MOU includes provisions for joint seminars and all. That is correct. तो मेरे हिसाब से आंसर क्या होना चाहिए? All five. That means E option is going to be the correct answer. Yes or no? No, sir, that is absolutely wrong. Grav has identified it correctly. Grav has said that, sir, this is wrong because agreement has not replaced, rather it has updated. It's an update. It's a update, or we can call it as refresh. It has been refreshed, or the earlier MOU has been refreshed. It's not. It's not the. It's not key replacement. That is not correct. So answer is B option. 1, 2, 3 and 5 are correct. अगला question देखो. Consider the following statement with respect to SEBI's proposal related to foreign portfolio investment. ये न्यूज इंपॉर्टेंट है, 2 मिनट इस पे जरूर स्पेंड करेंगे. तो ये न्यूज क्या है उसके बारे में बात करें. तो सर ये न्यूज क्या कहती है कि सेबी ने रिसेंटली ईज आउट किया है पैन रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर एफपीआईज एंड सेबी में अलाउ एफपीआईज इन द बुलियन डेरिवेटिव्स एज वेल. सो सेबी ने अनाउंस किया रिलैक्सेशन इन सर्टेन पैन अलॉटमेंट रिलेटेड कंप्लायंस रिक्वायरमेंट्स फॉर एफपीआई आफ्टर operational issues which have emerged during the or after the new income tax rules 2026. So relaxation is based on the changes which are made by Central Board of Direct Taxes. So what are the key facts and features? FPI have withdrawn more than 2.1 lakh crore rupees from the Indian market in 2026. So objective is to reduce compliance burden, to simplify onboarding, to improve ease of doing business so that we can receive better returns, we can receive better stays or long-term stays from FPIs. FPI will now have greater flexibility because they will be having flexibility in providing representative details, taxpayer identification number, contact information, and these details they can be submitted more conveniently through common application form. ठीक है जी. उसके अलावा सेबी इज कंसिडरिंग टू अलाउ एफपीआई टू ट्रेड इन बुलियन डेरिवेटिव्स. सो सेबी इज बेसिकली एग्जामिनिंग by giving a proposal to permit foreign portfolio investors to participate in bullion derivatives. Since June 2022, FPI are allowed to trade only in the cash settled non-agriculture commodity derivatives such as crude oil, natural gas, bullion, base metals and agriculture commodity derivatives. Currently they require physical settlement at the time of expiry. So proposal क्या है sir? FPI may be allowed to trade in not all but at least in the bullion futures and options as well as they can participate in the price discovery without taking the physical delivery of gold or silver that has been announced. So SEBI has relaxed PAN allotment requirement, correct. FPI withdrawn, correct. FPI are currently permitted to trade in, no sir, they are not permitted to trade in cash settled. They are currently permitted to trade in cash settled non-agriculture commodities. Under the proposed framework, FPI may participate in bullion derivatives without taking physical delivery by rolling over or squaring off position. That is correct. SEBI has already implemented the proposal. No sir, it has not implemented the proposal. अभी तो proposal है, ये तो नाम से पता चल रहा है. Implement जब होगा तो उसके बारे में details दोबारा flash होगी. So answer is going to be B option. ठीक है जी, clear हो गया? I guess it is clear. Moving on to the next question, please. The next question is now on our screen. What does the next question says? SEBI has, अच्छा, again there is a news related to SEBI. तो ये news क्या है? तो सबसे पहली है SEBI proposes STP framework revamp. मतलब SEBI has proposed a major revamp of straight through processing framework by replacing the existing centralized hub based model with a decentralized API based architecture. ऑब्जेक्टिव बड़ा सिंपल है कि सर ऑपरेशनल कॉस्ट को कम करो, प्रोसेसिंग डिलेज को कम करो, इंप्रूव करो एफिशिएंसी. एग्जिस्टिंग सिस्टम क्या कहता है सर? एग्जिस्टिंग सिस्टम कहता है मैसेजेस बिटवीन एसटीपी सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स, दे आर रूटेड थ्रू सेंट्रल हब. This intermediary can increase latency, increase operational cost as well as create bottlenecks. Proposal क्या है सर? Direct communication. SSP will be directly communicating through API. No central intermediary will be required, and SSP must create standardized API endpoints using the common protocols as well as data formats that has been proposed. ठीक है? API stands for Application Programming Interface. I hope you know that. The next is SEBI proposes reforms in exchange traded derivative framework. So SEBI aims to simplify regulations and remove outdated provisions. So what are the major reforms? First reform is removal of close to the money option series. Close to the money option series means option strike prices located close to the current market price of the underlying asset. Why SEBI is trying to remove it? SEBI believes that close to the money option series complicates option exercise. It makes intrinsic value assessment difficult as well as it creates operational complexity. Second proposal is outsource position limit monitoring, which means current position is exchanges monitor position limits. Proposed changes, exchanges they may outsource monitoring to clearing corporations as well as formal agreements must define the responsibility, which will result in better efficiency and better resource utilization. Third proposal is relaxation in expiry date rules. So exchanges may change the contract expiry dates if physical market remain closed due to the strikes, festivals or unexpected disruptions. Fourth proposal is easing capital requirement for brokers. So proposal is relax base minimum capital requirement for brokers. Existing framework has become less relevant as brokers they now operate nationwide, and that is the reason relaxation is required. Fifth proposal जो मुझे याद आ रहा है, that is removal of prior intimation requirement. Current rule क्या कहता है? Exchanges they must inform SEBI before imposing strict position limits. बट अब क्या है सर? अब आप एडवांस इंटीमेशन रिक्वायरमेंट की जरूरत नहीं है. जब आप कर दो तब आप सेबी को इन्फॉर्म कर सकते हैं. एक और मुझे प्रपोजल याद आ रहा है, वो ये है मल्टीपल प्रोडक्ट स्पेसिफिक कैटेगरीज इज द एग्जिस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर. सेबी ने कहा कि नहीं, इक्विटी डेरिवेटिव सेगमेंट अलग कर लो, करंट डेरिवेटिव सेगमेंट अलग कर लो और इंटरेस्ट रेट डेरिवेटिव सेगमेंट अलग कर लो, विच विल बी इजियर फॉर रेगुलेशन एज वेल एज कंप्लायंस कंप्लीशन. So in that particular base, let's read the points. SEBI has proposed replacing the centralized STP hub model with a decentralized API. That is correct. Under the proposed STP framework, direct communication will be done. That is correct. SEBI has proposed removing the concept of close to money option series in the commodity derivatives. Correct. Exchanges may be allowed to outsource operational position limits, monitoring activities to the clearing corporation, correct? SEBI has increased, no sir, SEBI has relaxed base minimum capital requirement, has not increased, rather it has decreased. So answer to the question will be B option. बोलो क्लियर है, समझ आया? जो तो पढ़ के आए उन्हें तो मजा आ रहा होगा, दे आर इन अ पोजीशन टू आंसर द क्वेश्चंस, और जो पढ़कर नहीं आए उनके लिए जग सूना सूना सा है, और जिनके लिए जग सूना सूना सा है तो आई वुड से कोई बात नहीं, जितना पढ़ा रहा हूं बस उतना ही सुन लो, जितना याद रह जाएगा एग्जाम में मोर देन सफिशिएंट है. Next, we have consider the following statement regarding the empanelment framework for insolvency professionals. So we all know that insolvency and bankruptcy code. We all know that the latest revisions which have been done. So Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India has proposed a new empanelment and allocation framework for insolvency professionals, basically to make insolvency resolution more transparent, structured, accountable and efficient. अब इसमें मैंडेटरी एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ असाइनमेंट्स में क्या क्या है? once empaneled, insolvency professional will generally be required to accept assignment. Once empaneled, you have to accept the assignment. Refusal of the assignment will require approval from National Company Law Tribunal, DRT, Debt Recovery Tribunal, or Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. अगला है न्यू रेटिंग एंड स्कोरिंग फ्रेमवर्क. अ फॉर्मल रेटिंग एंड स्कोरिंग सिस्टम विल बी इंट्रोड्यूस. केस एलोकेशन विल बी बेस्ड ऑन ऑब्जेक्टिव परफॉर्मेंस parameters rather than only experience. This is again important. Then sector specific. Insolvency professionals will be matched according to the domain expertise. मतलब अगर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग केस है तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक्सपोर्ट्स, फाइनेंशियल सर्विस केस है तो फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर एक्सपर्ट्स की रिक्वायरमेंट है. Geographical panel system. Structured panels based on geographical zones will be created, which will have fast and more efficient regional allocation of cases. One more point is there, that is ranking. Ranking of insolvency professionals will consider performance, score or rating, number of ongoing assignments as well as registrations with Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. इसके basis पे ranking will be done to the insolvency professionals. ठीक है? Once empaneled, insolvency professionals can refuse assignment without any approval. No. A rating and scoring system will be introduced for allocation of cases. ज़्यादा rating तो ज़्यादा बड़ा case. A sector specific expertise will be considered. Correct. A geographical panel system is proposed. Correct. Ranking of IP may consider number of ongoing assignments and registration date with Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, as well as performance, that is score or rating. These are the three parameters. This is correct. So उसके हिसाब से अगर हम देखें 2, 3, 4, 5, which means C option is the correct answer. C option is the correct answer. Is it done, guys? Chalo, let's move on to the next question. अगला क्वेश्चन इंटरेस्टिंग भी है, इंपॉर्टेंट भी है. देखते हैं क्या है ये क्वेश्चन. Consider the following statement with respect to RBI's revised directions on risk management and interbank dealing. Risk management and interbank dealing. तो इसकी अगर मैं बात करूं, RBI has revised the rules, and these rules have been revised under the foreign exchange derivative transactions which are undertaken by authorized dealers. So the key change is authorized dealers, they are generally prohibited from entering into foreign exchange derivative contracts which involve INR with their related parties, except in specified situations. Except in specified situations. So RBI has withdrawn the instruction which was contained in its 1st April 2026 circular, and the revised framework now governs such transactions. So what are these rules? General rule says authorized dealers cannot undertake forex derivative contract involving INR with related parties, but there are certain exceptions. Exception allowed in case of cancellation and rollover of existing contract. Second is back-to-back transaction. That means authorized dealer may transact with related parties when dealing with non-related, non-resident users on back-to-back basis. In those two cases, you are allowed to be the part of, or you will be allowed to go for the contract, go for the transaction. अब उसके बेसिस पे अगर हम देखें तो क्या क्या पॉइंट्स करेक्ट है. ऑथराइज्ड डीलर्स आर जनरली प्रोहिबिटेड, दिस इज करेक्ट. Cancellation and rollover of existing contracts have been permitted as exemption, correct. Back-to-back transactions are permitted, correct. Definition of related parties is based on IND AS 24 and IES 24, is it correct? तो अगर मुझसे कोई पूछे कि व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ रिलेटेड पार्टी, इट इज इंडियन अकाउंट स्टैंडर्ड 24, इट इज इंटरनेशनल अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स 24. अ पर्सन इज अ रिलेटेड पार्टी इफ has control over the entity, has joint control over the entity, has significant influence over the entity, or is a key managerial personnel. That is the one who is known as related party. If I talk about an entity will be a related party if parent and subsidiary relationship exist, fellow subsidiary belong to the same group, both are joint ventures of the same third party, and they are controlled or jointly controlled by the same entity, then it will be termed as related parties. अब इस केस में अगर हम देखें, दिस इज करेक्ट. Indian Account Standard 24, International Accounting Standard 24. Directions have been issued under the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. This is also correct. So उसके हिसाब से अगर हम देखें तो सर डी ऑप्शन करेक्ट आंसर बनना चाहिए. 1 2 3 4 5 आर करेक्ट. Clear? I hope it's clear. Let's move on to the next question, please. अगला क्वेश्चन देखते हैं क्या कहता है. The next question is related to प्रधानमंत्री जनधन योजना, प्रधानमंत्री जीवन ज्योति योजना as well as प्रधानमंत्री सुरक्षा बीमा योजना. The government is considering to increase the insurance coverage under both the schemes from 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs. Is it a case? Is it a case? Say yes or no. Yes, sir, that is absolutely correct. The proposal has been, it's being basically evaluated by the Department of Financial Services. This is correct. Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana was introduced in 2015, provides life insurance coverage for death due to any cause. Due to any cause. So it says it's a life insurance service or in life insurance benefit which is provided in general case of death. In general case of death. ठीक है. उसके बाद अगर हम एलिजिबल एज की बात करें अंडर द प्रधानमंत्री जीवन ज्योति, सर अंडर द प्रधानमंत्री जीवन ज्योति एलिजिबल एज इज 18 to 50 years. Under the Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima, which is an accidental insurance, the eligible age is 18 to 70 years. That is correct. Currently, they are charging premium of about 20 rupees. जीवन ज्योति बीमा योजना की अगर मैं बात करूं तो उसका जो करंट प्रीमियम है ऑन मंथली बेसिस इज इट 20 रुपीज? नहीं सर, मंथली बेसिस अगर 20 है तो ये हो गया एनुअली 240 विच इज करेक्ट. आज की डेट में एनुअल प्रीमियम है 436 रुपीज, तो दिस इज इनकरेक्ट. बोथ स्कीम्स वर लॉन्च इन 2015 अंडर द जन सुरक्षा इनिशिएटिव, करेक्ट. और जो आपका सुरक्षा बीमा है उसका जो प्रीमियम है पर ईयर वो प्रीमियम है 20 रुपए. वो प्रीमियम है 20 रुपए. सो इन दिस केस 1 2 3 5 आर द करेक्ट आंसर्स. सो ए ऑप्शन इज द करेक्ट आंसर फॉर द गिवन वन. ठीक है जी, क्लियर हो गया पॉइंट. अब अगर हमसे कोई पूछे एनरोलमेंट्स का तो प्रधानमंत्री जीवन ज्योति योजना में जो एनरोलमेंट्स हैं दे आर अराउंड 274 मिलियन अप्रोक्सीमेटली. प्रधानमंत्री सुरक्षा बीमा में जो एनरोलमेंट है दे आर अराउंड 550 मिलियन. 5.80 crores, 2.74 crores. If you want to remember that way, you can remember that way as well. मैंने millions में याद किया. As per your wish, as per your ease, you can go for it. Next is consider the statement regarding the revised framework introduced by NSO. So NSO ने GDP, GVA as well as GSDP as well as WPI as well as IIP, इन सब का जो बेस ईयर है वो रिवाइज करके कितना कर दिया सर? इट हैज बीन नाउ इंक्रीज्ड और इट हैज बीन नाउ चेंज्ड टू 2022-23 फ्रॉम 2011-12 in general. New base is 2011-12, 2011-12 से 2022-23 हो गया, that is correct. New method, the revised framework replaces the earlier predominant single deflation approach with methods such as double deflation and volume extrapolation. This is correct. ये अगर मैं इसके मतलब पे जाऊं तो थोड़ा सा बताता हूं, ज्यादा डिटेल में नहीं जाऊंगा because that's not required. New approach is revaluation method, double deflation method, volume extrapolation method. These methods they provide more realistic measurement of real economic growth rather than the earlier one. ठीक है जी. उसके अलावा अगर हम पॉइंट्स पे जाएं, जीएसटी एंड पीएफएमएस डेटा विल बी यूज्ड एज एन इंपॉर्टेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव डेटा सोर्स अंडर द न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी. दिस इज करेक्ट. This is correct. GST as well as Public Financial Management System, Annual Survey of Industries, Annual Survey of Unincorporated Sector Enterprises, Periodic Labor Force Survey. मैं लिख देता हूँ PLFS. उसके अलावा ASI, that is Annual Survey of Industries, ASUSE, that is Annual Survey of Unincorporated Sector Enterprises, as well as बाकी दो आपकी स्क्रीन पे जीएसटी एंड पीएफएमएस. दैट इज मोर देन सफिशिएंट. द रिवाइज्ड फ्रेमवर्क स्टैंडर्डाइज एस्टिमेशन मेथड अक्रॉस सेक्टर्स सच एज एग्रीकल्चर, माइनिंग, फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर, manufacturing, construction, electricity, transport, public administration. This is correct. Plantation activity cost structure will continue to be based on fixed national average. तो अगर मैं इसकी बात करूं तो इसका आंसर क्या होगा? What will be the answer to this question? So this is incorrect. Plantation estimation will be dynamic. State-wise cost structures sourced annually from NABARD will be used. It will not be a fixed average. So this is wrong. So answer this question का क्या होगा? That will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. That will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. Is it clear everybody? Is it clear everybody? So these were some of the left out questions from the May month. I hope each and every question is clear. एक बार इस PDF को डाउनलोड करके रिवाइज कर लेना. PDF आपको टेलीग्राम चैनल पर मिल जाएगी एंड आई एम प्रीटी श्योर यू आर गोइंग टू हैव few questions from this PDF itself directly in your examination. Good luck guys. We'll catch you in the next session to go. Bye bye. Take care. God bless you all.